We're back for our second championship season. We've had quite a quiet summer as it is, but definitely a pretty hard challenge for the opening game of the season. Welcome back to episode 39 of the wonderful Cadbury Heroes. We have our first game of our second season of Championship football. We're on a bit of a time budget at the moment. Time budget, it's not a word. We'll probably finish this season. We may manage to finish the following season. That's about it, to be quite honest. I know the new game's coming out in about 3 weeks' time for the beta. Before we run into that, if you do me the usual favour of liking, subscribing, showing your support on the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to start us off with those transfers. We've 5 players that left us at the end of the season, neither of which were anything of note, so that's not too bad. Troy Birchall's left us to go to Waterford. It's pretty decent, to be fair. I think, if I remember rightly, he's... No, I don't remember rightly. I think the one I was thinking of was the one that's actually played a few games for us. That's not him. I'm not as upset that he's left now, actually. So from our loanees of last year, we've still got Azeri because we signed him. Cookney's returned back to Manchester City, as has Graham Wilson, which I'm not too pleased about. I don't know if I was going to say not too upset, not too pleased. I just don't know. He was good, but he wasn't like the best player. But I would quite happily bring him back on a free. They don't want to let him go. Don't worry about it. And also, we've just not even attempted to bring Schmeichel back because it was a bit naff. We have managed this season, however, to bring in Adam Pisson. Don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Probably not. He is Hungarian. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He's pretty decent. He is... Oh, he's got an English nationality, I assume, because he's came through the Wolves Academy. He's alright. Played 11 games for Crawley last year in League 2 and just lost it. He's clearly of the calibre to join our team and make a pretty good impression. He's currently operating at a Sky Bet Championship level. We have... Oh, do you know what? Let's move myself back over here and I'll show you who else is still with us. Of course it is. It's goddamn Stevie Peake. He left us on a free after his first season when we were in the Van Roma North, which I was pretty upset about. So what I've done is loan him back for the following 5 years. But we love him. He's great. He's still doing well for us last season. His average rating took a little bit of a hit, but he's a good player. He plays lots of games for us, and he doesn't let us down. He also is operating at a championship level. He counts... He's also operating at a Premiership... Idiot. He's also operating at a Championship level, and he counts to one of our 5 loan players in the squad, of which we've got 3. So there's someone else that's snuck in, and I'll go show him you. But not before I show you the other 2 players we've actually signed for real money. That shows you that A, they're not great, and B, he's very good. So let's start off with James Norris. I haven't told you. I'm looking at tweaking the formation, maybe. It's not a tweak, it's a massive overhaul. But I'm looking at running it alongside our normal formation because I've seen my friend, Andrew Plays, get over to his channel. Watch his videos, they're very good. But he's running a 4-3-4 at the moment. No, that's cheating. He's running a 3-4-3 at the moment. And I just like it. It just looks fun. So... I'm trying to do my kind of take on that. And I played a bunch of games last season with him, of which I'll show you now. A massive 4 games we played with this 3-4-3. But it was a 3-3 draw with Hull, a 0-0 with Stoke. We did get battered by Borough, but they were pushing for the playoffs, so I'll let them off. And a 2-0 win against Reading. So we did pretty well on them. We won and lost the other 2 games of the 4-4-2 in between. But it's quite a good formation. And it could be fun to throw in every now and again. But it gives us 2 pretty sturdy formations. They are relatively interchangeable. The only fact being that obviously we need more centre backs and more strikers, and the fullbacks become obsolete. However, they can either shuffle up or shuffle in. It's fine. Don't worry about it. As I was saying before I got distracted, James Norris, he can either play the left mid role or he can play the left back role, and he's a wing back attack as well, which is all sorts of useful for us because it's a fullback that understands how to cross. His marking, passing, and positioning are questionable to say the least, but he'll do a job for us. We signed also Terry Hussey from Bristol Rovers. Looks a bit of a naff signing if you look at the price and the team that he came from, but if you open him up, it's all right. He is more for this third striker role because he's got a good teamwork, good work rate. His passing's decent, vision's a little bit questionable, but he just does a lot of work. So I'll probably pop him here and in this deep line forward on support role, and just get him to potter about on there. His finishing's a bit naff as well, to be fair. And finally, kind of like my replacement for Graham Wilson, we're bringing in Jeremy Messam from Arsenal. The only way he's not a replacement is the fact that he's not free, and he's costing us $7,500 a week. However, he looks very goddamn good. Very good. So, he's hopefully going to be our little talisman up front. He's worth 11.5 million, which is sickening. There was a few forwards that I was chasing. I still am kind of in the mix for a new striker. But no one wants to join us. They just don't. They think we're crap, which is understandable, but upsetting. Looking at the season preview, we are now only 50-1. This is the best we've ever been rated in this division. It's all sorts of exciting. And also, we're only the fourth team favourite to get relegated. So, happy days. There is a big old but to this, though. There's some very good teams in the division. Mostly the team that we're playing to start with in West Ham. A, why and how did they get relegated? B, why are they playing in the same division as me? Their players are ridiculous. They're odds on to get promoted, and not only that, the Championship. It's just not fair. You look at some of their players like Ongwenge. He's played for PSG for 8 years. He's a very good player. I just don't know how to compete with that. They've got this Barry, very young, very good. Thiago Almada over at Palace. Who's let that happen? And then, most disgustingly, the best player in the division is Ian Doe. He's in as one of the best centre mids, and it's not even his favoured position. I just don't know what to do with that. Look at the state of this guy. And my best striker's on loan from Arsenal. He's not even my best striker, he's my best player. I just don't know how I'm going to compete with him. I've got to be honest. In talking about my best player, we do still have our favourite player in Robert Astley. He is wanted by just about everybody in England. He does have a £40 million release clause, which says, look, you're not going anywhere. Someone needs to pay that. To which he wasn't happy, understandably. So we've come to the agreement, which he's still unhappy about, to be honest, of somebody having to pay 15 million for him. If realistically, I'm not going to accept anything less than 10. This is the 3-4-3 I was talking about. So I've got two centre backs, a libero in the middle. Might change that to a ball playing defender. I'm not 100% sure. I kind of like the idea of a libero just going mad on everyone. We have wingers ahead of them still. I'm kind of stuck between using them as wingers or inverted wingers. They can be played maybe, I suppose, just to the player that's in the position. It's not rigid like on the other one. We're still going with the old deep line playmaker and ball playing mid. Box to box mid in the centre. Adopting the one from the Arsenal kind of save when we had Thiago in the middle. If I could take Thiago now, I'd give everything. I'd quite happily swap Thiago for Robert Astley. Loved him. He was fantastic in this middle role. But he did have one of the best strikers in the world next to him, rather than some fella from Arsenal. But still, Messam's very good. But we've got Stevenson playing like the linking role with McGregor and Messam ahead of him. So it should do pretty good for us. We just see what happens. But we're stuck between these two formations, so we're definitely still going to use both. Weirdly, they're more familiar with this, even though I've been playing this for the last, 10 years? But no, they're all over it. They're on board, and we'll see what happens. The game against West Ham is supposed to be played at home. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a stadium on the go, but it's not going to be brought in until the start of next season. It's going to be named the imaginatively named Cadbury Athletic Stadium, and it's holding just over 17,500 people. So I don't know if we'll ever see it in an episode, but we'll definitely see it when we skip forward 10 or 15 years. In our opening fixture, as I've mentioned about 64 times, we've got West Ham. I think it's just disbelief. I don't know why or how we're in a position where we're playing them, but we are. So we're going to go into it with Colton in goal, a back three of McBride and Astley outside of Peak. We then have Kasareka and Norris out wide with Azeri and Pisson in the middle. And then we have Stevenson supporting McGregor and Messam as our strikers. Kasareka's could put a throw into Messam on the right hand side. He's managed to get the ball back, put it in the middle towards Pisson. He's got our first goal of the season. We're going to win the league. We are. We're going to win. We're unstoppable. I think 3 minutes into a new season might be a bit early to call that, actually. No. I'm sticking to it. Premier League next year. If so, we'll do a new season regardless of when it is. I really don't want to run this alongside the beta. I'll have to get this season out of the way pretty quick. Quick snap. I want to get 2 seasons done if we can. So I need to try and get my arse in gear and either get promoted to the Premier League or play our first season. I know I'm being very ambitious in saying we're going to get promoted this year. I really don't think we will. But I want to try. I just need lots of money, massive reputation, and players to actually join us. So if I can have those 3 things, then no reason why we can't get promoted, is there? But Barry has the ball on the left for West Ham. Orkan, I'm going to call him. Let's put the ball back to him. Aaron's out on the right for them. Back to Doe, the stupidly good player. Clearly isn't... Ashley's reading that all day long. He's in the library. There's so much reading going on there. McGregor's got the ball out on the left. He's got the giant in the middle, Stevenson. Oh, he's just had a shot straight away. Of course, yeah. Could have took 46 touches there. Just has a pop on his weaker foot. There's a throw in again for West Ham on their right-hand side. Herrera puts it to Liao. One of our players tries to kick him, but does nothing. And he's just scored. All right. Fair enough. This is literally like in injury time for the first half. But no. I wish Stevenson would have just given him a proper kick. He was an absolute man mountain. Just push him over. We've got to the half. I was going to say almost on top. We're clearly at never point. At never point? At no point we're on top. Discounting the first 10 minutes of the game, they were clearly the better team. But it's 1-1. That's the main thing. Anything can happen in football. It's a mad world. This isn't filling me with confidence. We've got a highlight from our kickoff. So it's made its way back to Astley and Peak in the middle. Azeri puts it to McGregor, the left of our front 3. Back to Azeri, out to the left. Norris, he has McGregor in front of him. No, it goes back to Azeri. Okay, all the way back to the centre-back, who's booked apparently. I didn't see that come through. Stevenson, Pisson. Brilliant ball through to Messam. McGregor had space to run into. This could be fun. We'll see what happens. Kasareka into Astley. He misses his header, and the giant Doe heads it away. I've just realised I haven't got Stevenson on corners. I don't know where he is at this point. Oh no! Brilliant. So our 6'7" striker is the only person staying back. So not only is he not fast, he's a giant. I don't know how I've let that happen. I'm going to swap him out with Stevie Peak because he's our libero. He's probably not going to be very tall, but he's a good technical player. So you can just potter about back here, just do back there things. So I'm leaving back the centre-back and the central midfielder from the opposite side on each of these corners, just so there's at least 2 guys back and there's 2 people loitering on the edge. So hopefully they'll get back in time as well, should anything go amiss. There's a goal kick for us. Colton punts it up. I expect towards Stevenson. No, it's not. Of course he isn't. Doe's got the ball for West Ham. Pass it back to Kukuchu? Not Chew. Not a Chew. Not a clue. I'm all over the gaff. Goalie's just smashed it out again, aimlessly. I'm not sure why he's doing this, but he's taking it upon himself to do that. I've realised why he's doing this. We have, or at least I thought I was being clever, in asking the goalkeeper expressly to kick to Stevenson, because he's a big old lump. Whack it to him. He nods it down to one of the forwards. They run through on goal and score. Simple. But no, because what he does is instead of looking for 22, who's Stevenson in this case, he just kicks it really hard. So we're going to go back to where we were. We'll take off the specification. We'll drop it back to a position. No. An area or player. And just get him to give it to the playmaker. And then let Azeri do whatever he deems best. Okay, we just passed the hour mark. We're going to bring in Wild and Watkin-Jones for Azeri and Norris. And then what we've done also, we've just shuffled forward Stephen Peake to play as the playmaker now. And the libero slot is taken up by Watkin-Jones, who we know was our right back, but he's pretty capable as a libero, to be quite honest. 15 minutes left. Kamara kicks the ball out for West Ham. Ashley wins the header. Of course he does. Havenar, Gabriel Menino, Doe, Johnson. They're playing it round like they're playing with children at the moment. Let's not say that sentence again. Liao's on the ball. Kokchu? Oh, Jesus. Aarons is on it. Oh, he's made his way into the area. He scored a fantastic goal. We're coming away with nothing. No, we're not. We're still here. They're going away with everything. Ah, this isn't what we wanted to see, is it? Let's demand some more if it ever leaves. No, I don't want to see this. Do you know what? Let's watch it. We're here now. He did well. There's the gap between the centre-back and the winger, which has been exploited by their full-back. I should hope this wouldn't be an issue every game, because I don't think, when I'm playing against teams of my calibre, should I say, that the full-back is going to be sat on the edge of my area. But you never know. Cockatoo's put it in. Cardozo's completely unmarked. Gets it to Ongenge. His shot is blocked, and Damian Herrera has got his first goal, and I believe he's got the assist on both of them. He's having a pretty good game. We're going to bring Casareka off, and we're going to bring on Jimmy Powell to cover him just because he's tired. No tactical reason. It just looks like he's about to pass out. Wild has put the ball through to Messam on the left. He's heading down that side. He makes his way into the area, and a fantastic tackle from Aarons. And West Ham are attacking once more. I feel that this is now going to turn into the route that I was expecting. So, Orkun is... brilliant tackle from McBride. And Wild just runs over and smashes it out. I'm all for that. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the stats, they've probably deserved it. But it doesn't stop me being a little bit salty. So, just be prepared for the saltiness. But it is now full time. Yeah, they've just been a bit good, haven't they? Ashley's our best player again, which doesn't come of any surprise. But Pissant gets the goal as well. I'm not too upset about that performance. It's not really a good yardstick as to how well we're performing, because they are the best team in the league and wanting to prove a point after being relegated. So we just firm the L and move on. We'll be back in next episode after the transfer window has closed. Maybe the Millwall game, and hopefully the second or third round of the Cup, because that will line in roughly the same thing. If not, then we'll just be back for Bristol and Portsmouth. But I hope you'll be there for that next episode. If you've got any suggestions for signings and the like, pop them in the comments as well, and I'll have a little look at them. That was a ridiculous thing for me to say, because none of those people exist. If you've got any suggestions for signings, as in positionally, we'll have a look at them. I realised that I never show you the friendly either, so just have a little butchers up here. Messam scored a hat-trick on his debut. Admittedly, it was against Redditch, but it's a hat-trick nonetheless. But no, I hope you'll be here for the next episode. And if you have enjoyed that, give me a like, subscribe, flick the bell, all that goodness. And thank you for your time.